Hello, and welcome to what I have been wanting to do for basically since the pandemic began. Um, so my name is WebEv, and I want to teach you Alien Isolation. I want this to be the official, quote unquote, masterclass of Alien Isolation by yours truly, Evan, or WebEv, whatever you want to call me. I have played this game through probably about maybe probably about 6 times. Probably about 9 times in total. 6 times on Nightmare. So, if you're not familiar with this game, it does have an option. I guess I should go back. It does have an option to play the game on Nightmare mode. Now, a lot of people, Nightmare mode actually did not come out originally with the game. It came out after the game was released, and I don't know if it was only a Steam thing, or I assume there would have been a way if you had bought the game for like console, or if you had bought the game for like on a PC disc, if that was even available. I have no idea if that was available, but if it was, I'm sure there's a way to have to buy the added on DLC, I guess you could call it, because I know there's like some mini games that were added on as DLC, but also there was this difficulty option, Nightmare, which the original game, I don't know if the original game had Novice. I don't think it did. I think the original game only had Easy, Medium, and Hard. And I remember the first time I played on Easy. Loved the game. Played it a second time on Medium. Still loved it, but I wanted more. Played it on Hard, and yes, Hard is difficult. But if you really, truly want the Alien Isolation experience, I highly recommend playing it on Nightmare. Now, this is going to be for Nightmare. It's going to be more for experienced players. Unless you just want to watch me play the game. If you want to watch me play the game, that's fine. But the main purpose of me streaming this and recording this is to create, again, quote unquote, masterclass episodes of playing Nightmare of this game. I've done it at least 6 times now. I feel like I don't want to like call myself an expert, but I mean, I've played this game several times now, and I love it. This is in my top 2 favorite games of all time. And I'm not a huge gamer or anything. I have very specific games that I like, but I just love the format of this game. It's completely a horror stealth game where, it's not super bloody. It's not like horror if you think about like a Saw film where it's just blood and guts, and and I mean that stuff is fun, and there's a little bit of that in this game. But this game is just genuinely a scary game. It's a genuinely horrific game. And I think it really does a great job of putting the very first Alien movie into a video game and makes you actually feel like you are playing in the movie. So, with that being said, that is the main reason why I just love this game. And, if you've played it before, there's not much to say. Like, this game is created to terrify you. It is not created to be it's so much fun. I was about to say it's not created to be fun. It's definitely created to be fun, but it is created to horrify you and make you question, like if you're playing at night, which by the way, I highly recommend only playing at night, which we will get into more into that soon. more into details on that. But this game was created to, you're playing it, you get to a save point, you turn it off. Then later that night, you're walking upstairs in the dark, from your room to the bathroom. It's night outside. All the lights are off, and you're trying to, you're walking through, and you hear something. You hear like the floor creak in the room on the opposite side of the house, and you're thinking, what is that? That's what this game is made to do. It's like made to just haunt you when you're playing it, and also when you're in these same situations where you're just like walking by yourself in the dark. So, and like sound is so important in this game. Sound is very important. In fact, specifically for Nightmare Mode, I would say sound helps you survive certain situations. Because, again, in Nightmare Mode... Now, and this is the way that I play it. I play fairly conservative on Nightmare. So, the way that I play it, definitely there's points where you have no visual help. You're only basing, like, your decisions and what you're going to do based on what you hear. So, main thing, for sure... because I was just thinking we should probably go to the options first. I'm going to the audio first, and this is what I like to do. So like right now, technically the music, there's background music on. That also controls the background music for the when you're actually playing the game. I turn that all the way down. I turn that all the way down. I turn the SFX all the way up. Well, I don't have it all the way up, but I have it up pretty high. I have it right there if you can see the little pointer. Again, the music in this game is great, but the music does not really help what's going on. Like, you need to be focused specifically on this right here, on SFX, sound effects. Because a lot of times there's going to be where we're hiding in vents, hiding in cabinets, hiding in closets. We're gonna be doing a lot of hiding. Let's just be honest. We're gonna be doing a lot of hiding, but it's very important that we know. It's very important that we can hear exactly what we need to hear, and make our decisions based on what we're hearing. So, again, sound effects all the way up. Well, at least mostly all the way up. Music volume all the way down. Subtitles, I usually have subtitles on. I'm actually going to turn those off because I'm going to do my best to censor this. Because there are curse words in the game, and I don't want to release any videos on my channel with cursing. At least that's the current plan. So I want to turn that off, and if there's a curse word, I'm probably just going to mute the game for like that one quick second, and then I'll unmute it, and then we'll be, and then the video will continue. So, the dynamic range, I actually don't. What is this? Let me see. I'm using I guess this depends on what you're using. I'm using headphones. I know for a fact though. I mean, you do need a left and a right when you're playing this game because you need to judge where sounds are coming from. And you need to, and it's a first-person game, obviously. So, it's very important that you can move your head around and hear that there's a sound coming to the right, or move your head to the left and hear that there's still a sound coming from the left. So, that's very important. Video. I don't think there's anything specific. I don't think there's really anything specific here. The main thing is audio again. What's in game? Sensitivity, I mean, obviously this is just, personal preference. The only thing I'm worried about is audio. And I just highly recommend turning the music all the way down, turn the SFX volume up. Just so you can focus. Now, right now, I will never, ever play this game during the daytime. It is not a game made for that. It's a game made for you to play at night, preferably late at night, in a dark room. I know that there are people who don't like to do that. I understand. I understand that. But this game was made to be played at night in the dark. Like, it's just, that's how you need to experience this game. Yes, it's going to be scary. Yes, I understand that some people don't like that. If you want to experience this game the correct way, it's got to be like that. So that's how I'm going to be playing it. And that's the only way I recommend playing it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else specifically before we actually start the game. I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm just going to, like, again, I've hit record, I've hit the stream button. So I'm just going to start going. There are tons of lessons and things that I'm going to need to say on the way. And of course, this is going to be, you're going to hear the audio of the game, but you're also going to hear me talking, because there are going to be lots of points where I want to, I want to explain why I'm doing something. I want to give tips and pointers on, on anything that I can. So I tell you what, I feel like I'm rambling. Let's just go ahead and start. Alien Isolation, start game. Without a doubt, Nightmare. Look at this. You even get a nice little warning here. Nightmare is the ultimate level of difficulty, the greatest test of survival skill. Warning for experienced survival experts only. Yes. Do you really want to start the game? Yes. Yep, that's fine, whatever. Again, I don't want this to be a legitimate playthrough where I'm trying to find all the little pieces of the full story. I want this to be a masterclass. If you have played Alien Isolation maybe once and you want to play it again, but you want to play on a higher difficulty, hopefully these videos will help you. All right.
This is Ripley.
Let's go. Again, I'm not actually playing
Ripley,
the full playthrough, so I'm going to go ahead and head on. All right, we have begun. Now, I'm going to say this once. I'm going to say this at the beginning now. Well, I'm not going to say it once. I'm probably going to say it a lot while I'm recording these. Right now at the beginning, there's hardly anything going on. I mean, there's nothing really important happening yet. If this is your first time playing Nightmare, you need to realize that items are so scarce. It is not easy to find items. That's why I will not make fun of you, and please don't make fun of me when I do this. Like, look everywhere for items. Every corner of the room. Just keep that in mind. Every little drawer that has the little green light, open it and see if it has items. Again, we're playing Nightmare, so a lot of times, whenever you open a drawer or whatever in Nightmare mode, it's not going to have very many. It's not going to have any. It's not going to have any items, which is going to be frustrating later on. That's why the game is just beginning. I would highly, highly, highly recommend, like, even at these beginner moments, look and grab every single item that you can find and that you can take. I think we're good in here. These, I'm probably not going to take the time to look at every single terminal, because some of them do have, like, storyline stuff. Like little storyline items. Obviously you got your saves here, which of course we all know will become very handy later on. Again, right now I'm just looking for items. Any item that I can find, I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. And of course, it's mostly all empty. I don't really need to save, I guess it will. I assume you knew this, but when you're saving, you can move your head around. I assume most everybody already knew that, probably. But yeah, again, the main thing to remember, especially at the beginning, well, throughout the whole game, but remember this at the beginning, go ahead and grab every single item that you can find. Now, I will admit, I'm not trying to make excuses for myself already, but it has been a while since I've played through everything, so I might be a little rusty at some points where to go.
Well, I don't really need as much sleep as the rest
Or what exactly to do.
I was just inspecting the Torrens facilities. A well-maintained ship.
Y'all can keep talking. I'm going to look for items. No items. Well, except for this that I have to pick up. I'm going to skip this. Yes. Here, this is something to think about with save points. You know, when you're playing the game, if you're in like kind of a sticky situation with alien or androids or anybody really, items. If you're in a sticky situation and you see a save point, you know, just go save it real quick. There is, you know, there's no. I mean, I think everybody already knows this. This might be just like stupid common knowledge, but you know, go save it. And the good thing is, like, when you're playing the game, you save it, and then like if alien's right behind you and kills you right after you save it, that's fine. As long as you save it, you're good. The next time you load the game, it's not like he's going to be right there behind you to kill you again. That does not happen. I mean, alien or androids, whoever's your current antagonist gets reset. So it's not like you have to save when there's only when there's nobody around you. I just wanted to point that out in case people didn't know that. Alright, items. Items. Nope. Did I miss anything else in here? Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. Again, I'm just trying to be very conservative, get absolutely everything. Alright, so we do have our menu, but we have no... Wait. We should have items. Yeah, we have items. In fact, I'll go ahead and just resave it. It's probably pointless. I believe there's a jump scare. Yep. Sometimes vents have items. If it's kind of a little bit of a maze vent, it'll have an item, but for the most part, vents don't have too many don't really have items. Vents are better for hiding and crawling through, obviously. Let me say something right now. So, obviously you got your crawl, you got sprint. Nightmare mode, health is so precious. Health is extremely precious. And if you haven't noticed, if you've never played Nightmare mode and you haven't noticed, there's no health bar on the screen. In fact, maps, there's no map either, so you have to basically just remember everything. Well, I mean, you have to remember where you've gone and where you have to go. Now, later on when we get the motion tracker, I'll show you there's a way on the motion tracker to always know exactly where to go. so it's not too bad. But I'm just telling you, Nightmare mode, health is extremely precious, and you usually can only get hit like maybe twice with a gun. I think if Alien gets you, it's pretty much an insta kill. Androids, I think maybe take 2 hits. It is not very much. Is there a way to do anything over here? I forget. I see right there, I might have lost health. In fact, I think the screen did go red for a second. Like the outer edge of the screen went red for a second. So you might, in the game, you might have actually lost a little bit of health. It is possible. Flare. Always good to have a flare. Well, flares. Again, we'll get more into flares later on. Flares are good because I think the game actually wants you to light the flare so you can see where you're going. I definitely would not recommend that in Nightmare just because, you know, we're going to need this flare later on. Trust me. Save every item that you can right now. Just save all items at this point. Anyways, back to flares. Flares are interesting. You can throw a flare, which doesn't really make noise. Well, it does technically make noise in the game. It doesn't really make noise where Alien goes because he hears it. Like, well, Alien or androids, they don't really go because they hear it. They just see it. So, like, it's weird. I guess I don't think they hear it, but normally you can be anywhere near Alien, and he will go run. He will go run and investigate the flare if you throw one. Is what I'm saying. Oh, flamethrower fuel. Wow, did not expect that. Are you getting flamethrower fuel? I'm sure you remember you get a flamethrower later on in the game. Okay, how do we get through here? I forget. This is where I'm gonna struggle because I haven't played the game in a while. All the way through. But yeah. Anyways, flares are good because it definitely distracts Alien, and Alien will go kind of. Again, it's all timing. Like, well, it's not all timing, but timing helps. It helps to know these things. Like if you're hiding and you throw a flare, Alien takes a few seconds to. Well, he'll run over to it, but as soon as when he gets close to it, he stops running, and he'll start walking. As soon as he starts to walk, then you can continue to creep on wherever you need to go. I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I need to just keep playing, but eventually we'll get to a point where we can use a flare, and you'll see Alien will walk to the flare, and he'll just sit there and look at it for a little while. Like, I'd say a good 4 or 5 seconds. And you can use that time to go where you need to go. And I do not suggest running. Which, again, we will get into all of that later on when we meet up with Alien.
Hello? Anyone here?
Remember, the main objective right now is items. Now, if you remember playing the game, you can do these to update your maps. And I think you press, like, what, M or something to pull up your map. I forgot what it is. It's pointless. Are you kidding me? Well, I just accidentally pressed R. Whatever. It's basically pointless to pick up the maps right here. Because again, I forget what's the map button. I guess I can press what I want now. Is it this one? There it is. What is the map? Oh, it's tab. Okay, so map is tab in the normal game, but in Nightmare, you can never see the map, so it's pointless to go and get those shiny things. All right, I just wasted a flare, explaining the maps to people who probably already knew how the maps work. Okay. I'm going to do this first. This is very interesting. Something else that I've noticed. This is a very minute detail, but I want to demonstrate right now that we're not in a sticky situation. So whenever it comes to this, like, this is one of those things where it's like you got to keep pressing it, and then whenever you don't press it, it'll go back down. So it's like you press it, that you press it like 6 or 7 times, and then it goes through, and then you have to press it again. It's like you're charging it up. Again, this is a very, very minute detail, but I have found that if you like press it really fast and you don't let the button, like the actual key on the keyboard, come all the way back up, like if you do like I'm pressing it like when I was doing that, I was doing it like very fast, but barely letting the key come all the way up, like that, like right there. It's like not actually registering it, like it's not actually registering it all the time. So what I have found is the game likes it better if you press the button all the way down, completely release your finger, and then press it again and continue that, like repeating that. So like this, where you actually hear the click like this. The game likes that better than, I know you can't probably hear that, but I'm pressing it down and then like doing that with the button. So again, I'm going to do this instead of this. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if that makes sense, but I would make it where you're actually coming off the key every single time. Hopefully that makes sense. That's a very minute thing. I mean, obviously. But anyways, yeah. 0340. This is another thing. Again, like whenever you find those rooms, you probably already know this, but whenever you find those rooms with the key codes, it's worth it to find the code so you can go get whatever items in there that are in there, if there are items. Again, I don't remember really everything. I think if you show yourself to them, then they'll shoot you, I believe. Was that alien already? They already give you alien sound effects. Alright, 0, 3, 4, 0. Blueprint, those are always useful. Well, for the right items. Again, we're just collecting items right now, which is literally a blueprint in one item. That's okay. Oh, here we go. Probably nothing. Oh, wow, there's actually stuff in here. I'm amazed. I can't believe I'm getting so much flamethrower fuel already. That's kind of crazy. Is this where I came from? Yes, it is. A second ago, we were literally, we're 5-10 minutes into the game. Yeah, I gotta go here. 5-10 minutes into the game, we already got an alien in the vent sound effect. So that's not really to worry. You don't have to really worry about that. You'll notice throughout the game when you're playing, there's points where you hear you hear alien up in the vents, but he cannot actually come down. You can make as much noise as you want. He won't come down. Now, there are also parts where he's in the vents and you can hear him, and he will only come down if you prompt him, meaning if you make a noise or run or do anything that makes a noise, or throw a flare or anything, then he'll come down. But a situation like that a few minutes ago, I mean, he would never come down. He's not. I don't think he's programmed to come down this early in the game. It's like we still have to be introduced to him, and trust me, we will be introduced to him. But again, you probably already know that because you probably already played the game before. And items like to hide on benches as well. I would look at all benches. Well, sometimes they like to hide on benches. Oh, there's my flare back. And here's our generator. Yep, there's another flare. We'll take it. You know, I think when it comes to crafting, there's only like 2, maybe 3 items that I'm going to be bothered to craft. I'm thinking. We'll see. And obviously we'll revisit that. But that might be a thing. Like, I'm only going to craft certain things. Maybe. We'll see. The great thing about when you get a flamethrower is, well, actually in a second we'll get a flashlight, which, again, in Nightmare mode, you only have so many batteries, and the batteries run out faster than faster than the speed of sound, pretty much. So, when we get the flamethrower, though, the flashlight becomes basically useless, which is awesome.